Top five, top five, top five.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sit Topical. Nate here with Strange Wang, and today we are coming at you with our top 5 favorite Wes Anderson movies, one of the greatest directors of all time.
That's a fact.
You want to start us off with your number 5 there, Skippy?
Yeah, Grand Budapest Hotel.
That's a Zemeckis.
And what is a Zemeckis?
A Zemeckis is when one of us has the same movie as someone else has on their list, but one of us has it 2 spots or higher, we'll invoke the Zemeckis rule because Back to the Future, meaning we're just going to talk about it when we get to the person who has it higher on their list, because obviously they care about it more.
Number 4. Fantastic Mr. Fox. No? Oh my goodness. I watched this thing, I was blown away. Because it did not need to have animals in it. You could have made this a heist film, it would have been a fucking great movie. Mm-hmm. But you put animals in it, and there's a whole nother layer. And like all the clever, like, this is so well thought out of a film.
Obviously.
My number 5 is his other foray into animation, which is Isle of Dogs. I love this movie. I love it a lot. I love the absolutely incredible cast.
You say about all these films.
A lot of people call this movie racist.
Why?
Apparently having like the kind of Japanese dictator yell and scream the way that he does is a Japanese stereotype, which was not okay for white Wes Anderson to put in his movie.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm pretty social justice-y. I don't even get that one. Because there are so many... Anyways, I'm not going to get into it.
I don't know. The Asian community has been very, very upset lately. Because that was last year. Dave Chappelle, he's doing shit this year.
Yeah.
They're.
I did watch that.
They're very pissed off nowadays.
Yeah. But the story is so endearing. Normally, I hate movies about talking dogs. I really do.
Yes.
But there's so much in this. First of all, it's the way that this is written. Like, it's not a children's movie.
No,
you know?
By far not.
I mean, and the fact that they chose to have like the main human character speak a foreign language, like it. I love it because it doesn't matter. Because the dogs all speak their own language, so he could be speaking English and they still wouldn't understand him. So I think that was a really great creative choice for Wes Anderson to do that, realizing that the majority of his audience was going to be American, because it puts you more in that dog's position. Because the movie would have a whole different dynamic if we knew what all the people were saying too. Yeah. Are you laughing because I said it puts you in a dog's position? Yeah. I thought that one out. It was kind of a bit. Yeah. But anyways, Jeff Goldblum voices a character in this movie, so
You're gonna leave it at that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry. Number 4 for me is the Darjeeling Limited. A lot of people think this is his worst movie, and I don't personally feel that way. I like it. I liked it a lot. It's definitely, like, you could tell it's his earlier work, for sure. There's less... It's like his 3rd movie.
No.
Yeah.
His 3rd movie is The Royal Tenenbaums. I think that's like midway through his career, because he doesn't make movies that often.
Yeah, maybe it just feels like it. I put it this way: it's one of the less Wes Anderson-ish movies, in that there are less less colors. What?
I thought you were gonna say the cast is small.
Oh well,
the cast is small.
The cast, at least as far as well-known name goes, the cast is small. But there's not as much like inserted animation into a live-action movie as there are in his other films. The color palette isn't quite there like it is in a lot of his other movies. But you still get Jason Schwartzman and one of the Wilson brothers. Both of the Wilson brothers?
No.
One of the Wilson brothers. I couldn't remember if Luke showed up in some capacity or not, but I don't think he does. But it's just this, like, it's a great little adventure about these 3 brothers trying to fucking find themselves. And it's like every little bit in the movie you get a little bit more about, like, how they ended up in this position. So you're really getting 2 stories in one. And it's ultimately a story of, like, familial healing, which I'm a big fan of.
That's cool.
My number 3 is Possible Zemeckis again, Moonrise Kingdom.
That is my number 3.
Nice.
This was my first Wes Anderson film.
Mine too.
And the way the little kids like acted and how mature it was, like I watched, I was like, this is a Tarantino movie in the classiest way. Mm-hmm. And I loved it. And then after that, like, this what started it for me. I scoured out, I started getting all of his other films. But the cast, like, this is a essential Wes Anderson movie. The cast, you got Toni Collette, Bill Murray, Edward Norton, Bruce Willis, the two kids. It's amazing. Like the shenanigans. I love movie shenanigans. Young love, coming of age stories. Everything I like in movies is there, and the flair and flamboyance that you would see in a Tarantino movie, done Wes Anderson's way.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, for sure.
Best thing ever.
Yeah, I love this little young love story because they're just two broken kids. Like one has both of her parents, but they just have a fucked up, terrible marriage. Her mom's running off with Bruce Willis, the cop, while Bill Murray, the dad, is just this self-loathing POS. But I love it when her parents have that kind of like moment of self-actualization when they're laying in bed and they're like, "Oh my God, we fucked up."
Yeah.
And then he's just this kid who's been like pushed through foster systems and can't get right to save his life until he meets the love of his life, dressed like a raven, and it's just like, it's just so sweet and endearing because it just shows like, hey. Love heals things. Big fan. And you told it in a Wes Anderson way, which is just so much fun, like, and quirky. Love it.
Yeah, like I didn't know what to expect, and it blew me away the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
But my number 2 is going to be Royal Tenenbaums.
That is my number 2.
Okay. This has such a hard shift change from a somewhat lighthearted, fun movie. Like, you got Gene Hackman running around with the two kids.
Yeah.
To a guy splitting his wrist in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it flows so, like, that's kind of shitty to say.
Ooh, poor choice of words.
The movie, fuck it. It flows very well. Like, it don't skip a beat. Like, you're just like, you're still invested, if not more invested into the story, because all this huge cast of characters, and you get little subplots all throughout, going through Gene Hackman's journey to become a good father again. And it's just a heartwarming tale with all these, like, even if you don't like the movie, I guarantee there's something in that movie you will like. There's so much in it. So it's amazing.
Yeah. Just another example of how he just knows how to put together a phenomenal cast. Angelica Houston is kind of a regular in his movies. Like, she does a good bit. She's very good. One of the best love triangles of all time, which we talked about in a different list.
Yeah, we did.
With the Wilson brothers and Margot Tenenbaum. Gwyneth Paltrow, that's her name.
I thought you were going to say Danny Glover.
Well, but see, the thing is you get two love triangles in that movie because, like, there are definitely, when Royal's pretending to be sick, you can definitely see Angelica Houston's character, like, it reminds her of how much she cared about him at one point, So, I mean, it's really, Wes Anderson just tells stories about the worst people and makes you care about them so much.
Yeah.
Good point. You're so smart.
My number 1 was the super early Zemeckis, which is Grand Budapest Hotel. I love this movie. It was the second Wes Anderson movie I ever watched. And, again, it's just a story about young love. But it's also a story about adults doing what they can to protect it. Like, Zero's relationship with, I can't remember his name in the movie, but Ray Fiennes' character, it's so good. He's like his mentor. Like, he's hard on him. He has high, great expectations for him, but is also his friend and does whatever he can to protect him, Even when it means standing up against jerks at the Border Patrol, So, their relationship is great. Saoirse Ronan is one of my favorite actresses. Who else besides Wes Anderson would throw in a movie character that has a birthmark the exact shape of Mexico on their face? That's so strange, but it's endearing, and I love it. Jeff Goldblum is also in this movie. That's an automatic plus. Kind of. Willem Dafoe is also in this movie. That's an automatic plus. And he's just this silent, like, hitman who kills Jeff Goldblum.
He does kill Jeff Goldblum.
What other movie you get to see Willem Dafoe kill Jeff Goldblum? But it has Wes Anderson's signature flair to it. The colors in this movie are amazing. The shots where it's clearly like paper animation or claymation or things like that still fit so well into his storytelling style. And the fact that this whole thing is just a story that's being retold by an older Zero who still lives in his tiny little room in the rundown Grand Budapest Hotel is amazing. I want to visit that hotel very badly.
Played by F. Murray Abraham.
That's true.
He's a snitch.
Fucking right.
Number 1 on my list is Hotel Chevalier.
which is not even an actual movie.
It's a short film.
Keyword.
Film, and it is the most second most relatable thing in cinema wise I've ever seen in my life. In relationships, you fucking beat around the bush.
Oh, that is so disgusting.
You beat around the bush and you don't say what you really mean. And these two people, broken as they are,
You
as
should.
hurtful as they are together, they don't hold anything back. And you get some of the best lines in here. It was fucking, it's the best. Like,
Are you going to remember it?
I'm not. I'm trying to. Along the lines of, will we still be friends after this? And he was like, I will never be your friend.
Yeah.
And it's just like such rawness. Like if like Wu-Tang songs were made by rich, elite white people, this is that short film, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it's raw, it's in your face,
Yeah.
no holds barred, and it's relatable because at a certain point in your life, you gotta say it as mean as these people are saying it, but like
They are very honest with each other.
you gotta be that transparent with the other person.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
because of this film and past experiences, Strange Rain was looking at this and he was like, keep that up here. I'm gonna use that in my next relationship.
You're going to tell her that you'll never be friends? Oh, the transparency aspect.
Well, I said that afterwards too. But after I was beating around the bush.
I said, girl, why you keep calling? I said, girl, why you keep calling? Yeah.